it's Lynette with Charm Grammy Crochet. How are you today? I'm trying to figure this out, let me tell you. Today it's Sunday. I think it's the 1st of August. Is Sunday the 1st of August? It's Sunday, so whatever the date is, I don't know. I want to welcome you to my channel, Charm Grammy Crochet. If you are new, my channel is a crochet channel. Primarily, I am learning to knit, so we do also some knitting. We travel in our camper, so sometimes we do some travel videos, which is what we were traveling for the last like 18 months. And then 2 months ago, we bought a house, and now we are moving in. And so I hope that you find this content here to be enjoyable, that you'd want to come back again. If so, please hit the subscribe button, like, share, comment, do all those things that YouTube likes. It really helps my channel, which I know, you guys, I have been really slacking on the videos. They have been really lacking. I'm a slacking lacker, or a lacking slacker. But the move has been exhausting. Let's just go with that. I really don't have furniture yet. But we've been working on the house for the last couple of weeks. Nothing major. The house was already nice when we moved in. I think if you've been here for more than a month, you've probably seen the moving of the yarn video. I did a little video on a tour of the house, a real quick tour of the house part of a video. This room that I am in right now was going to be it was going to be the family room. We have a living room, we have a 4-season room, like sunroom, and then they had this living room, or this family room, and it is the largest room in the house. And my kids came the first day. I was going to put all my yarn in the 3rd bedroom, and the kids came over the day that we got the keys, and they're like, why are you doing that? You don't need 3 living spaces. There's 2 of you. Well, that's true. But what else do you do with this room? My kids said, my oldest son and his wife said, oh, you should make this your bedroom, because it's very nice down here. I will show you. I'm going to flip you around and flip the screen. I do have a wood-burning fireplace down here. There were shelves on either side of the fireplace. I took them out because they really darkened the space, but I think I'm going to replace them with glass and put little trinkets and nuggets there. Knickknacks and cutie things. And back around. Okay. I also have a utility room right there. So that's where the washer and dryer are. So they said, make that a big walk-in closet with your washer and dryer right there. How awesome would that be? And it would be. And there is a full bathroom down on this level. It's 4 steps up to the kitchen. There is a pantry there, so we could put snacks. Probably even put a little refrigerator if we wanted. Like you could have your own like 1-bedroom apartment right here. And this space is big enough that we could put a bed and seating area. But then I said, no, I didn't like this space. This is even though this is a really cool room with the wood-burning fireplace, it was my least favorite space in the house. It had pale gray walls, so pale they looked white, but that made it dark in here. And it had gray carpet, and there was gray carpet in the laundry room. And the wood on the sides of the fireplace, like, I know they were going for built-in shelving looking, but it just looked shabby, and I just didn't like the space. I mean, not that I didn't like it, it just was my least favorite in the house. And my daughter said, Mom, you should make this your yarn room. You have so much yarn. This is the best space for that. And I'm like, I like that idea. I like it a lot. Well, we knew before our furniture came we wanted to paint because it was dull down here. And I wanted to replace the carpeting, but I wasn't in a hurry to do that if we were just putting furniture down here, because we ordered a couch, and I think we were going to put a table And that's what we had for down here. Then when it was going to become the yarn room, I said, we have to replace the flooring before we bring in my 80 bags of yarn and shelving to put it in and all of that, because I'm not moving it twice. It's just not happening. So here we are. That store, Marks, if you've been here for a while, and thank you for coming back again and again. But if you've been here for a while, you know that in Ohio, Northern Ohio, we have this store called Marks. And I used to be able to get really cheap yarn there. Remember that way back when? I could get 2 skeins. It was like Red Heart closeouts. But they would sell 2 skeins of yarn wrapped together in one wrapper. They repackaged it, and it was called Dreamweaver or something like that. I have some. You'll see some eventually. I know I still have some. And they would sell 2 skeins, like 5 or 7 ounce skeins, depending on the yarn. Just regular, usually acrylic, but sometimes other stuff. And they would sell 2 skeins for like 99 cents or $1.29. And every time I would go into Mark's, I would buy, several skeins. Or if they had something that I liked, I would buy a lot of it. And that's when I was first starting to crochet. So I didn't really know what a great deal I was getting at the time. But this was pre-COVID and yarn was way cheaper then. And, or less expensive, I should say. So that started my yarn collection. And anyway, we went into a Mark's store after I went to the doctor the other day. And I went into their closeout section. That's my favorite part of the store. It is a grocery store. And they do sell regular grocery. They have a lunch meat counter and a meat counter. Not a butcher, but they have meat that they, bring in prepackaged. I rarely buy meat there. Buy lunch meat there quite frequently. But their closeouts are what's the best. That's where, I got all the yarn. Well, they had these shelves. See these shelves behind me? I bought 3 of them, and they're right here. I've got 1 that goes, 2 that go the length of this wall, and then 1 that comes out. Roy's telling me I should buy another one for the wall across over here. But I still have all my cubbies, and I really like these, but then what am I going to do with all my cubbies? These shelves are 4 foot wide, 2 foot deep, and they almost go to my ceiling tall. So they're 72 inches tall. They hold 2,000 pounds total. And they're not bad. And they come with, you guys got to see this. They come with project bag hooks. They don't know that that's what this is. But as a yarny person, this is a project bag hook designed specifically to go on my shelves. And if I stick one here, look, I'll show you. They just go into these little nubbies. So they make these keyholes. Put it in the keyhole. This is my traveling purple scarf bag. Come on. Sisterhood of the Traveling Purple Scarf goes right there on a built-in hook. I am like, this could not be better. And they were not expensive for as sturdy and nice as they are. They were, what were they? $70. So that's why he's saying I should get another one for that wall. Their closeouts, they might not even have any more of them. I can't fit 2 on this wall. The door goes in the way. But I had like that kind of space full of cubbies before. And then on this wall, I could fill in some cubbies, after it turns the corner and put cubbies in there. And I got a lot of yarn in those cubbies. And they are, well, some of them are, they're just the plastic that you put together with the 4 plastic corners. They weren't too expensive. I got them on Amazon. And the reason that I'm kind of not jumping on getting another one of these is the space. There's 5 shelves. We have them spaced out more or less even. There's a shorter shelf at the top, not as big a space, and then the top to the ceiling for lesser amounts of yarn. But there's nothing to hold them in place. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe have to get bins to keep the yarn organized so it's not like falling off and out. Well, at least on this end. And, on the ends. So that being said, I want to see how far the yarn goes. But at the same time, I don't want to miss out on getting another shelf if they have it and I need it. My original plan for being down here was that I would get my yarn in this half of the room and put a table so that I could, if I wanted to sew, I could have a sewing table. If I wanted to do a tutorial, I would have a table already set up and I could do that. And then on the other half where the fireplace is, put the couch that we purchased to go down here that's not here yet. And have a seating area. Put my TV there if I want to crochet down here with my yarn. If I have crochet visitors, which I already know that I will because my little buddy Elliot, my friend's grandson, therefore my grandson, he's already asking me where his yarn stash is going to go. I'm thinking, I don't know where all of my yarn stash is going to go, but we will find a spot for Elliot some yarn. And he'll sit down here and crochet with me for sure. So we can be on our, and grandma, his grandma will, we're teaching her to crochet as well. So I know we're going to have crochet club with the three of us, and hang out down here a little bit. So I need that seating area space. I have a couple of small bookshelves and cubby shelves that I've also brought down here. I think I do need to get that other book shelving unit. We are masters at putting it together now. But I'm going to turn you this way a little bit so you can see we've brought down a lot of stuff already that I need to put away. And I still probably have, well, I'll take a picture and show you and put it in here. How many bags of yarn I still have upstairs. You guys, I knew I had a lot of yarn. I don't think I have as much as Nancy from She's Got Yarn 2. I don't think I have as much as her. But I haven't really bought yarn in 2 years. I quit buying yarn when we knew we were retiring. I slowly bought less and less and didn't do yarn hauls. And I have not really purchased a quantity of yarn. Other than when I would go to a local yarn store to do a video, I would always buy something. That is pretty much the only yarn I've bought in the last 2 years is at local yarn stores, other than when we went shopping with Juan after Boggy 2 years ago. I did, not this past year, but the year before when Juan was with us, Juan the Yarn Addict. I bought some Boggy blanket, cabin colors to make blankets with. So I bought a decent amount of yarn then, not a big haul, but I bought the big color, the big skeins of yarn from Big Twist to do blankets with, and I bought several when Dollar Tree had the $5 big skeins of yarn. I bought several of those. And that's it in 2 years. So this yarn is now getting old. Can yarn be old? I don't think so. But I really haven't bought yarn. And when I bagged it up and I'm like, oh goodness, that's a lot of yarn. Moving it into the house and putting it in my living room, I don't know how I fit all this yarn in my other house. I mean, I had yarn stashed a little bit here, a little bit there, and then my yarn room. everybody's saying this room is not big enough to hold all the yarn. This is the biggest room in the house, guys. It's got to hold all the yarn. I did not bring my Coke bottle. Remember the Coke bottle? If you've been here, you remember the Coke bottle that I stashed with yarn. That fell apart when I took it apart. I was going to save it because I thought it was really cool. That's gone. So I do have some things, other things to assemble so that I can put yarn in them. And I have some baskets and crates and things like that I can put yarn in. I do want to do color-coded baskets for my scraps. I have a plastic dresser that I have yarn scraps in, and I think I might have two. I have two dressers. One might have projects. So some of this yarn is already made. Some of this yarn that's in here right now are projects that are completed. And I don't really know what to do with them. I mean, I don't even remember what they are. So some I might donate, some I might hopefully be able to give away, some I'm going to want to keep. I just didn't put any of, like, my campfire cardigans. I did not take those, the Rwanas I made for the campfire. I didn't take those in the camper because they just take up, yarn is big. When you make it into like a blanket size thing, it takes up a lot of space. I didn't have a lot of space. So any of my crocheted sweaters, any crocheted blankets, unless it was ones that I made while in the camper, all that stuff did not go with me. It was just too bulky. So I am getting together all of my stuff and I'm going to wash it and decide what to do with it. The curtains that I made for my living room, I saw them since we've moved in here. I saw them and I decided I'm going to put them, there's two windows in this room. They're not as big as the windows that I had in my living room or in my kitchen. The one window was like double wide. But I'm going to put those curtains in here. Just a valance, I think, on this one, and then the side curtains on this one, because this window is going to be more hidden. I know the lighting in here is terrible. It seems really dark. Let me, I do have you on my ring light, but I think, I don't know why, did I turn it off? I think the lighting wasn't good. I can't get it to go on. Where's the button? Oh, there it is. Let's try this. Oh, yeah, it went out. I don't know why. That's why it got darker in here. My ring light went out. I don't know why. So when we are snowbirding this winter, I'm having a friend come in, and one of the things he's going to do is put a light here for me, and another one over there. It is brighter over there. I will probably film mostly over there most of the time, depending on when this light comes in. This year I'm thinking, because there's two candle lights over there in the ceiling, and that's it. That's all the lighting in here, and like I said, my ring light went off, so there's that. I don't know why. Maybe it burned out. I don't know. But I do have all this stuff to put away, and I'm going to show you stuff as I put it away, as I wash it, the things that I've made. I'm going to decide what to do with that stuff, and then I'm going to figure out how the yarn is going to go. And I could just take the cubbies and fill them in places. I'm not sure. These shelves are so much more sturdy, and I can just stack yarn from, bottom of the shelf up. But there's going to need to be bins, and I am going to put my scrap yarn in small bins, based on color, and probably, I thought in the bottom, but these, we got like 18 inches, close to 18 inches between shelves. So if I put them in any kind of bin to keep the yarn in, which I really don't want to do, it's going to be clear so that I can see it. And I have a lot of clear bins. Like, this is even clear enough. But I really want it to just be open. But I do have all my yarn in bags, or the majority of it, as I recall. I don't think I took it out of the bags. And I have more bags, and I will order more bags if I need to. But I think that'll help keep it in place and neat. I don't know. It's going to be a work in progress. It's probably going to take a while. I have a lot of yarn upstairs. And it's like an overwhelming about. When I'm buying it and I'm loving it at the time, and up until I put it in the living room and it took over the living room and was spilling into the dining room, I didn't think I had, yeah, I got a lot of yarn, but it's not that much. It's actually overwhelming. The thought of putting this away is kind of overwhelming to me because I have all the different weights and all the different colors. And I organized it before by weight and then color. And I want to do that again. But first you have to like sort it out. And I have just yarn everywhere. And I'm not trying to like brag I have so much yarn. It's just that I don't know where to start. I don't know how it's going to fit on the shelves. I don't know how it's going to fit in the cubbies. Do I want the cubbies? Roy keeps saying, let's go buy another shelf. Let's see if they have another shelf. And he might be right. He might really be right. Let's get another shelf. I put those cubbies together and then I held them together with tie twisties just as extra support. But like I said, I'm kind of leery because, but if I have a lot of the yarn on these, then I don't have to overstuff the cubbies, right? Because that was part of the problem. I had them overstuffed. You guys, I'm just not sure. And they're closeouts, so if I don't get it, it's going to be gone. I should probably get it. I probably should. I didn't really want black shelves, and they're black, but it's going to be mostly yarn. That's what you're going to see. That's what you're going to look at. So, anyway, I just wanted to touch base, let you guys know where I'm at, what's going on. Amanda's dress is almost done. It's upstairs. I didn't bring that down yet. But I did bring down other project bags. I thought Roy would hang them on the hooks. I was upstairs bringing stuff to the steps and handing it to him, and he was putting it in here. And it's a lot. So I am going to film while I'm doing the bagging, unbagging. But I need to get a little more organized before I can even do that. So and that's where we're at. Elliot promised he would come over and help me. I don't know if he wants to be or if his family will want him to be on camera. So when we work together, I don't know if I'll be filming that. But we'll see how it goes. I do plan on doing the Tuesdays at 2 for tea. So if you have tea, coffee, or any other kind of beverage that you would like to drink on Tuesdays at 2, I'm going to go live. My goal is to start this week. And we can crochet and chat while I'm sorting and taking a break of putting because now this is going to be the main goal mostly is to get the room organized here. So that we can get our furniture. Because there's still no place in the living room for it. But we're getting there. We're really, really getting there. And I will take a picture and put it in earlier in the video, like I said, of what's still upstairs. And that's all I have for you guys today. I am, like I said, going to start sorting, organizing down here so I can... My youngest son is coming over tomorrow, and I would love for him to help us bring down the rest of the yarn. So Roy and I don't have to do that ourselves. And him and his family will definitely help, but I need to know where to put it so that I can still work around it and get it on these shelves. So I will see you guys in the next video. I'll let you get back to your lives. Thanks for watching and subscribing and all of those things. I really do appreciate it. More yarn room videos coming up. I've got to do something about the lighting here, particularly since maybe I'll get some kind of stick up light or something, you know, until I get a like really input a ceiling light. Anyway, I'm gonna let you go, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.